Now, let's be clear. The West is not next. Terror is happening in the West now. In fact, it has been happening for some time. And who is to blame? Western countries have done this to themselves by refusing to call out extremism and refusing to shut down the hate and threats spewed on our streets by terror sympathisers. The warning signs have been there for a long time, but they have been ignored. This was entirely predictable. Since October 7, pro-Palestine protesters have taken over the streets. They excused and tried to justify the murder and slaughter of innocent Jews. In places like Europe and the US, it has been even more menacing and intimidating. Flags of terror groups have been waved so brazenly in the streets. Here at home in Australia, we saw the ugly scenes on the steps of the Sydney Opera House. And there are hate preachers who walk among us who openly and publicly celebrated the massacre. On college campuses in the US, American flags were burned. They wanted an uprising. They called for resistance and, again, a global intifada.
Intifada revolution! Long live Intifada! Long live Intifada! Mobilize Intifada! Mobilize Intifada!
Over at Harvard University, they wanted intifada in their own backyard.
Intifada coming to America! Intifada, Intifada coming to America! Intifada, Intifada coming to America!
Intifada isn't just some fun, throwaway phrase between classmates at universities. It's a rallying call for terror. Intifada, Arabic for uprising, is associated with the Second Intifada, a period of terror attacks in Israel in the early 2000s marked by suicide bombings. And the rallying call, the rallying cry, has been ignored by leaders across the world. When these radicals tell you what they want, believe them, because here we are with an ISIS-inspired terror attack in New Orleans. The terrorist Shamsud Din Jabbar is a US citizen and military veteran from Texas. The FBI says an ISIS flag was located in the vehicle and that the FBI is working to determine the subject's potential associations and affiliations with terrorist organisations. Jabbar deliberately went around barricades to get into Bourbon Street and plough into the crowd, occasionally even veering onto sidewalks at high speed. He was intent on running over as many people as he could. And hours before the attack, he posted videos on social media that indicated he was inspired by ISIS and expressed desire to kill.
Hold on.
He was a terrorist.
We'll
Hello.
finish. Did you hear what she said?
Yes, sir.
Hours before the attack.
Hours before.
He posted it on social media.
They
will
media.
shut you down if you were to say the vaccine wasn't safe. They'll shut your whole account down, ban you instantaneously from text.
Come on.
You ain't even say nothing. You shared a comment, ban your whole account. They'll flag your stuff as fake news immediately. But how come if a person is insinuating that he's radicalized by a terrorist group,
You gotta kill people.
and that he wants this stuff to come to pass in America, that they don't do nothing? Roll the clip.
Sympathiser. Cops were shot out and explosives detonated at the same time. This man left behind a trail of carnage. Wake up, America.
Come on.
And wake up the world. This is what a global intifada looks like. And if you want more proof, hours later, after the New Orleans terror attack, pro-Palestine supporters took over downtown Manhattan. Can you guess what
There
they
it
called
is.
for? A global intifada.
Oh, my.
They chanted, resistance is glorious.
Oh.
We will be victorious. We will honour all our martyrs. Gaza, you make us proud. And there is only one solution, intifada revolution. So not for peace, certainly not anti-war, but for death and violence.
Yep.
And this is what Israel is up against. It's the only country fighting against it, and at the same time being persecuted by Western leaders for fighting a battle against terror, not only for itself, but for the world. Islamic terrorists have been focused on Israel since October 7, but they haven't forgotten the West. But the West has forgotten about them because of a lack of moral clarity. And let's cut to the chase. When will the West actually call out the problem? It has become a huge issue around the world, and leaders have no courage or no moral clarity to do anything about it. How many more thoughts and prayers will it take? No more tiptoeing around this issue for fear of being called racist or Islamophobic. It's not. And we can't sit around and pretend there are people who walk among us who hate this country, hate the country they live in, or the country in which they were welcomed into with open arms to spew their ideology.
Say it again.
Now, I'm not saying everyone is a bad apple, but how many more innocent lives are we willing to sacrifice? The security bollards that line Bourbon Street, where the attack happened overnight, were being replaced at the same time. But what bothers me is, why do we have bollards everywhere on roads around the world? What are authorities protecting us from? From cars mowing down people in the name of extremism? Again, why won't they name the threat? And get this, despite an ISIS flag being found in the truck, the FBI's first response was to assure America that it was not an act of terror.
This is not a terrorist event.
Yeah, it is.
What it is right now is their improvised explosive
Whatever.
devices that
Girl.
was found. And we are working on confirming if it's a viable device or not.
And
Hold
not
on,
just
hold
goes
on.
around with an ISIS flag.
They put the sister up there to say something stupid. Why they got to use us to be stupid? This is not a terror. Why are you so quick to say that? Why are they so quick to say stuff like this? I'm sick of these people. I'm sick of these people. They want to be so politically correct that they will let you die in the street.
Yeah.
To virtue signal. F these people.
Sorry about that.
I don't
guys.
care. None of your religion is causing people to die because it's extreme. And I don't care how you feel. Yeah, maybe not everybody like that. But let's get to the meat and potatoes of what y'all really believe. You can't be in America talking about intifada. But they monitor the phone of January 6th.
Yeah.
Grandma over here. Somebody going to a Planned Parenthood. Conservatives just being conservative, wanting to protect America. They call you a racist. They call you xenophobic. And people out here saying, we want terrorism in America. Death to America. If you say, I don't want to take the vaccine, they will do everything but kill you. But if you say, I want America to be completely removed off the face of the earth, they won't do nothing to you. They ain't gonna do nothing to you. You say, I'm concerned about Islam. Oh, they'll ban you on social media. But if you say the white man is the biggest threat to America, what? What? Show me a Klans member that flew a plane into a building. Where they at? Show me the KKK white supremacists that took a truck and drove it down the street and ran over people. Show me one. Show me one. Show me a white supremacist that killed more black people than black people do. Where he at? Where art thou? Show me. Show me a person who have white supremacist ideology and they're a bigger threat than ISIS. If you can't do it, then shut the front door. I'm sick of these people. I know you're sick of them. I'm sick of them. I don't look at Joe Biden and listen to what he's saying and be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. No, it don't make no sense. Some of these people should be charged with treason. These people are selling our country out to other nations, doing pay-to-play behind the scenes. They neglect to identify terrorist groups because of political correctness, and they leave all of us subject to exposure to radicalized people. Why can't we take a stand and say you cannot practice Sharia law anywhere in America?
Yep.
You can't even believe in that stuff. If you are an immigrant and you believe in that, you gone. Take them, send them back over there if they want to do the Allah Akbar. Go back over there. You ain't got to be, don't come over here. I'll say this and then I'm gonna move on. If they do something here, like October the 7th, I don't want our government to hold back whatsoever. It should be Armageddon for people who commit attack on American soil. Everybody must go. A whole reset on a generation of people.